Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Beauty on a Budget. My name is Heather and today is Monday, February 24th of 2025, and I got my dog right here. She's just licking my arm. So today I'm going to do my weekly cleaning. I want to get back into my weekly cleaning. Last week I was just so sick, I didn't get really anything done. So on my weekly cleaning chart, so it's Monday, so I'm going to do my front entrance, my hallway, and the stairways going upstairs and downstairs, the spare bedroom upstairs, and my kitchen. That is how I have things written out. And I'm going to say, as of right now, I can't do the spare bedroom. My daughter was doing her room and she's moving her furniture around, so she put all her extra furniture and extra stuff in the spare room. Last week was no school, so she was busy doing that between no school and working. She usually has school and work, so she decided that she wanted to redo her room, just kind of make it easier for her to be able to study and everything in her room. So I can't do the spare bedroom. And same with, I will say, the stairways going up the stairs and down the stairs. On the weekend, my husband's brother was here and so was one of their nephews. So if you notice, I got trim around the door. So the baseboards in the kitchen, or the baseboards here in my living room have been finally done. My window's almost done. They've got to come back and just put down the, using the floorboards just as the nice window ledge, I guess, on the bay window. So and then they also had put in the lights going up the stairs, upstairs and downstairs. So the lights and in the hallway have all been put in too. So I'll show that in a little bit. But it's nice to say that the house, the renovations were like probably about 85% complete now. So, you know, I could start doing things, making this feel like more like a home, not a construction site kind of a thing. So like I said, with that being said, I can't really do much with the hallway and the stairs or the spare bedroom. The hallway and the stairs have all been cleaned good. My husband was doing that yesterday, or Saturday night, and Sunday morning he was cleaning that stuff because they had, you know, their whatever, you know, cutting into the ceiling and everything, putting in the new pot lights. So he cleaned up after them. So I don't have to clean those places today. So today it's just the front entrance, which is not really a lot to do. And then it's my kitchen. My kitchen is the one, whoops, tripping over furniture. My kitchen is the one area that I really need to work on. So here's my front entrance. I just got to put my shoes away. Mail slot. When the mail comes in, it was falling on the floor, and then I put a basket down there, but worried about the cat, doing anything in the basket. So my husband moved the bench over and I put this little basket here. It works so much better fits better this way, except it has the handle. So the handle doesn't allow it to, be lined up properly. I had it this way for a couple days. The mail was not landing in the basket. The mail was landing on the floor. So I turned it this way so the mail will fall in, but it hangs over, and the mail sometimes makes the basket tip, or maybe my cat's made the basket tip, I'm not sure. So I grabbed a basket from the basement, this little one. I thought this one would fit perfect, or it looks like it would, except when it sits here, it looks good, except I can't get it to line up, and if I put it this way, the mail's going to hit the handle and it still hangs over the bench. Now this other metal one, I didn't bring it up because I thought I would try it. I brought it up because these two were kind of tangled together. So I'm going to take those two baskets back down to the basement. So my front entrance, I just got to put the empty bottles in the bottle container outside. And then I've got just a couple, like this here too. I've got I had to buy a new cleaner on the weekend, so this has to get put away. These things just have to get put away. My husband did the litter box for me last night. I don't have to do that. I just have to empty the garbage. And then anything here, everything up here is all fine. In here is still neat and organized. I'm going to put some new rubber pads on the bottom of the food dish so it doesn't do that. But you can see that it is still mostly organized. And when I put those other cleaners away, I can kind of fix this. But getting to the kitchen, this is where I have to clean today. So everything that's here on my table is going to be hung up by tomorrow, maybe Wednesday at the latest. Because I still have, my daughter's got her curtain rod and curtains are still here just because we haven't quite figured out exactly where she wants them to be. She was in the middle of rearranging her bedroom. So those are still there. But my husband bought me 4 sets of these 3-piece of the floating shelves. So it's a large one, medium, and a small. Me and my daughter, we figured out where they're going to go, kind of. So I have to find the painter's tape, and that's how I hang up, decide where I want my pictures and things to be, is I kind of use painter's tape. So just from the back here, I would just put a strip of painter's tape across here, mark where the screw holes have to be, and then I can put the painter's tape on the wall and I can do my measurement. So I'll do that later today, and then my husband can get those all hung up. Same with, I have the clock and I have this other shelf that we're going to hang up. Same thing. I will do that later today. Excuse me. So like I said, it's my kitchen counter. It's my kitchen that needs to be cleaned. I got groceries that I got to go and put in the pantry. And then I just basically have to clean off my counter. Stack of crayons that I meant to take to church yesterday. I was doing nursery and I forgot to take the crayons with me. Like you can see, like I got the potatoes, which I'll be cooking for supper. And then under here, I got to get some more granola bars. So I'm just trying to figure out what I have to buy for groceries as well while I'm doing this. Yeah, I was sick, so I just my cough syrup is still sitting out here. Oops, there's some nails. I'm just gonna move them with the other nails that I found. My husband can put them away. I just gotta clean this counter off. And then I said, I know I have to clean out my microwave. I know it's gonna look so bad. See, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. But my daughter was, my husband, they were cooking last week when I was sick. So nobody's wiped out the microwave. So I know it needs to get done. The top of my stove needs to get done. The oven's not that bad. I mean, I can see some greasy stuff, but it's not as bad as it could have been. Like, I will say, I don't think we've used the bottom stove since, well, I haven't used the bottom stove since I last cleaned it. But I know my husband was cooking and so was my daughter. So I will just clean this. Now, I'm not going to use oven cleaner. I'm just going to use just regular kitchen cleaner, my kitchen degreaser on that. I don't always have to use the oven cleaner if I don't need to. Like I said, so it's just, I've got food sitting out that just got to get put in the pantry. Potatoes I got to put in the pantry. You know, I'm going to be making potatoes for supper. I don't think I'll get to tonight because today's Monday. I've got Bible study, so probably tomorrow, but I can still move them into the pantry just to get them off the counter. And then I just have to straighten this stuff up. So I'm just going to go put the food in the pantry and then I will be back starting to clean. I got my table cleared off. I just moved everything onto the coffee table. So that's the 4 sets of the floating shelves, this other shelf, and the clock. Just kind of get them off there. I also cleared this out, so I put the cleaning products away. I took the bottles and put them out in the recycling bin or our pop bottle bin. And I put my shoes away where they're supposed to go. Like I said, my husband did the litter box for me last night, so all that's left in the front entrance is just to sweep and mop. And then for this part, all I have to do is just sweep and mop under my kitchen table. So now that leaves the rest of my kitchen. So I got the food put in the pantry. I made my coffee this morning, so I'm just going to move my coffee so I don't spill it. And then here's the cleaners that I am going to be using. I have my little Screamin' Mama for the microwave. And then I have my Cerama Bright and the special little cooktop scrubbing pad for my stove. I've got the stainless steel cleaner for the outside of my appliances. I've got my marble, granite, and quartz cleaner for my countertops. And I am going to use this Kitchen Pro Power Degreaser to wash out the inside of my oven. I think that's all the cleaners I will need. So I'm going to start with the little Screamin' Mama. So I just gotta find the line. So I fill up to here with vinegar and then top it up with water. So I just gotta run downstairs to grab my vinegar because that's what I don't have right here. So then I will fill up with vinegar and top her up with water, put her head back together, and I'll put her in the microwave for 5 minutes. So, and then, well, I'm also going to do the stove top as well. So, move these cleaners out of my way. I'm just going to grab, these claws here need to be washed. I'm just going to go over and get any dried or just, there's a lot of just dust right now on things. Like I said, my brother-in-law and one of their nephews was here on Saturday, so they were doing lights and baseboards. So I got that wiped off, so I'm just going to spray the Cerama Bright on. And then I'm going to take my kitchen degreaser here. I'm just going to spray this in my ovens. Like I said, my ovens don't need a big clean. They kind of need a little bit of a cleaning out. And I just find this stuff works the best. Okay, so I'll be back in just a few minutes. I'm going to let everything just sit. And then I'm going to get the little Screamin' Mama in the microwave. And then I will be back to finish the inside of the microwave and the inside and outside of my oven. Alright, I also had to run downstairs and grab a new pair of gloves. Just going to make sure I got this working. I don't think I'm going to have to do much scraping off on my stovetop. I don't think there's much food spilt. I think this little scouring pad is going to get it all off. If I have to, then I will go and grab the other little blade. But as far as I can tell, it looks like all the food spills have come off. Now I won't be able to tell till I do a final rinse, but anywhere where there is food that spilled, when I do this, it kind of, cleaner gets stuck to it. Yeah, I think that. And I don't see any more food bits or greasy stuff coming through. So now I'm just gonna rinse the sponge off. And go over with the wet sponge. I see some right here, just on this edge of the burner. Let's give that another little scrub. I think I got that done. Now I just have this microfiber cloth and it's dry, so I'm just going to dry this off just so I can see that I got all the food residue or food buildup, and just there. It looks so much better. Now I do see some where the burnt on stuff is. So I'm going to have to work a little harder in those few places. That's what I thought. That was where I was scrubbing and I couldn't quite tell. Sometimes it's hard to see where you scrubbed or missed. So just by drying it off, and then I can see. So I've got a few spots to work on a little more, but definitely looks so much better than it did a few moments ago. Definitely have a few spots I gotta do a lot more scrubbing, but now I'm gonna just do the microwave. So I'm just gonna take this out, and I'm gonna take the tray and the little, I don't know what this thing is called, the thing that makes the tray go in circles. Take that out. And I'm going to grab another clean cloth, and I'm just going to wipe the microwave out. It's always tricky. There's just this little spot here just under the microwave door where stuff kind of gets caught. There. Okay, so I'm just going to continue wiping out the microwave, and I'm going to finish the stove top because when I did the microwave I threw the bits of stuff on the stove. So I'm just going to finish wiping this out. But you can see I'm getting all the food that's dried and stuck on. It's just coming off so easily. So as soon as I get this wiped out and the stove finished wiped off, I'll wipe back. And then I can get to the counter. So I already moved a few of my things out of the way. So I'm just going to clear everything off of the other counter over here. And when I get back, I will wipe off the counters. Alright, so I guess it was some grease that was stuck on the burners. So I just sprayed a little bit of this Lysol Kitchen Pro Power Degreaser. Gotta get my gloves back on. I had to turn them, or I had to take my gloves off to get to the camera. But just a little bit of that power degreaser and just going here around this burner. So it just, the marks were just kind of like right here on this gray that shows the burners. And it was this one as well. I already did this one and I got it all wiped off. Now I'm just going to take this other microfiber cloth here. I'm just going to go polish this and wipe it all off. There, I got all that stuff off the burners. It did take a few minutes of scrubbing. I was like, I did go and I did run down and grab the, whatever it's called, this tool, just in case I had to use it. I didn't, but in case I did, I will show how I would use this. So you just spray, and then you very lightly, just make sure this is locked into position. There. And then I just hold it and just keep the blade straight on the glass and just go straight up in one direction like that. Now you don't want to use this on the glass without any cleaner. So I will use this either with the spray or the Cermabrite. I prefer to use it with the Cermabrite. In fact, I'll actually let this dry and then use this to clear away all the dried Cermabrite. But I didn't need to use this tool. Oops. I'm just gonna wipe this off. And as you can see, my cook stove is now all clean. I will have to go and get, like a warm water rinse on here just to make sure like all the cleaner is off. So there's something stuck there. There, got it off. Just a little spaghetti sauce, or I think that would be, that would be from the lasagna the other night. There. So I'm just gonna get a warm wet cloth and wipe off all the soapy residue, but I will do that after. But I now have my stovetop and my microwave cleaned out. So now I'm gonna work on my counters, still letting the degreaser work on the oven. The longer I leave it in here, the easier it's gonna be to clean it out. So now I'm just gonna move everything off this counter, and then I can wash my counters. I realized it didn't pause. Okay, I got my countertops cleared. The only two items I can't take off right now is my coffee pot because it's still hot, and of course my phone, because if I unplug it, then nobody can call me. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab another cleaning cloth, and I'm just going to wipe my counter down with just warm water for now, because there's a lot of stuff here. So I'll remove these cleaners, then I can show you just like the drywall powder and stuff on the counter. So I just want to use this damp cloth to just pick up any of this sawdust, drywall powder, whatever it is. I'm not even using any soap, it's just the water just to help loosen this. And then I will go over with a dry cloth, and then I will spray it with the cleaner. And my counters will be clean. And same with this counter over here. I'm just gonna rinse this out. Now, I'm not wiping to get any of the food that's dried or stuck on. I'm just trying to get the dried powder stuff that's just sitting on top. that. And I worked so hard to make this sink so shiny, and then my husband was painting and he washed out the brushes in this sink and he splashed paint all over my nice shiny sink the other day, so now my sink doesn't look as good, but I will get that all shined up. Okay, I'm going to grab another little cloth, and I'm just going to dry this off, and then I'm going to now go and spray my counters with the granite cleaner. These cleaners are just going to be in my way. I'm just going to move them in here. So now I've got my marble, granite, and quartz cleaner, and I'm just going to spray my counters down really well. I'm going to work in small sections. I hope I'm in. I'm just going to do this. I know it makes everything backwards, but it's the only way I can make sure that I'm actually centered in the frame, or I'm videoing what I'm trying to show. And then I grab another cloth, another microfiber cloth here, and now I'm just going to wipe this down, and now my counter should all be nice and shiny. And then the best thing about this is I can tell where there is food that's spilt. I can get it all cleaned off. So I'm just going to do that with all my counters. My daughter made spaghetti last night, and the night before she made a lasagna, so there's lots of pasta sauce on my counters here. Like that. So I'm just going to continue doing all my counters, and then I'll be back just to finish. I'll put everything back on my counters, and then I can just wipe out the inside of the stove and then do the outside of the appliances, and then I can just vacuum and mop my floors, and my kitchen will be done today. So I've got my counter cleaned, I've got everything put back. I've even kind of gave my sink a good scrubbing. The rubber, I don't know what they're called. The things that sit in the bottom of your sink that prevent your dishes from breaking or scratching the sink, they were covered in paint and stuff, so I've got them soaking in the laundry room sink downstairs. So I did give the sink a pretty good scrub. I still have some residue that needs another good scrub in the sink, but it looks so much better than it did. All my counters are now all shiny. So now my fridge, I think my fridge is okay. I don't think there's much to do in here in the ways of going through the food. We've kind of done that. I've got leftovers. We got the lamb I gotta cook tomorrow. I got the leftover lasagna. I've got sausages that we're gonna cook in the next couple of days. And so I got, there's nothing really in the fridge to go through. It looks pretty clean inside. And same with the freezer. My freezer is pretty clean and organized because, not a lot of left in here. Yeah, so this is, our ice, and then we have this side here, which is, you're supposed to use for the overflow of ice. Well, my daughter actually uses that for when she buys herself popsicles. And I just noticed there's ice stuck up there, so I couldn't get this. Oh, there's still ice stuck. There, I can open it now. It happens, the ice kind of gets built up and then you can't open it to get the ice out. And this drawer is frozen fruits and vegetables. This one is got some waffles and more fruit. This one here is pierogies, and then this one's got the meat, and then this one just has, I like these little ice bars. My husband has burritos, and we have 1 pack of these. They weren't the greatest, but they were on sale. So those will be getting eaten really soon. Oh, there's still a pizza in here. I didn't know there was still a pizza. I thought the pizza was eaten. I'll set it up there. Like I said, this is just some more meat. And that's just French fries and pierogies. So my freezer is organized and cleaned. So now I will just go and wash the inside of my oven. So I just gotta grab the bucket of warm water and I will be back to wipe that out. Well, I couldn't find my bucket, so I just filled my sink up with the warm water. And I have this cloth here. It's double-sided. One's got the rubber and one's got the scratchy. So I'm going to use the scratchy side and just wipe the inside of my oven. It wasn't too bad. Like I said, I'm just using that power degreaser, so it's just kind of wiping it down. It's not like it's going to have a lot of residue or anything to get rid of, like the oven cleaner that I normally would be using. So I'm just going to wipe this out and wipe this out. I got the racks are on the counter, so I'll be wiping those off too. And then I can do the outside of my appliances and my kitchen will be done. So my oven is all cleaned out. Didn't take too long, so now I can just do the outside of my appliances. And so to do that, I have this stainless steel cleaner that I got from the dollar store, so Dollarama for $4.50. I'm going to say I don't really know how well this really works. My appliances are new, so I do find over time some of these can leave a residue, especially on older appliances, if you use other cleaners with them. And then I have this little special cleaning cloth here. It's called the Handy Pockets. And this one here is specifically made for stainless steel. I like it because you can put your hand in. And so I'm gonna do the outside of my fridge first. Oops. I do have a couple things I don't want to spray, especially the one that takes batteries. Just spray it, and then I find with stainless steel you go with the grain, so the grain goes sideways, so I just go back and forth kind of like a figure 8. I just got to go a little bit different around here. And there will be a few times there will be stuff that spills and you have to go against the grain, but always buff it and dry it with the grain as much as possible. I'm just going to open the doors and get between the doors and underneath and the sides. I'll always try to get the doors completely on all the sides, like that. So my fridge is done. So I'll just, oops, spray microwave. And clean the knobs off. You know, I kind of already wiped this off with the other cleaner when I was doing the stove top. I just kind of want to get in here with the stainless cleaner and just kind of go over and clean like that. I didn't want to spray the cook stove, but it happens. So I'm just going to wipe it off and front of my stove. Now what I dripped down here is when I was doing the cook stove, I dripped the Cerama Bright down on my doors and I didn't notice it. So Cerama Brights had time to dry on the glass. So that's just going to need a minute of scrubbing. So I'll do that shortly. Yeah, that's going to need something a little bit stronger than just a little bit of the stainless steel cleaner to get that off. But other than that, my appliances are done, wiped off. My kitchen is clean. All that's left is to vacuum my floors. It is, I'm trying to look at the clock, almost 11:30. I drove my daughter to school, my husband to work, and I was home around 9 o'clock. Got home at 9 o'clock. I had a few things to do around the house, and then I've been cleaning. So since like 9 till 11:30, so about 2.5 hours of cleaning. I had done some other cleaning before I started doing my kitchen. So it took me probably about almost 2 hours to do my kitchen today, but I had other things to move out of my way. And so, like I said, I just have the floors, but I've got to run and do some more errands today because I couldn't do anything last week. So again, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who subscribed to my channels and watching my videos, and I will see you in the next ones. Bye.